Schurz and Crane. Schurz starts off the game with a 2-0 lead. Crane with a good ball moment. Throw it down to the low post. Kicks it out to the wing. Number one shoots it. No good. Ooh, number three couldn't get the basketball. Big. Great putback by the big man on the line. Jalen. Crane moving the ball around. Number 6 with the ball. Crane to roll action. Bounce pass to the wing. Back to the corner for the three. That's good. That's the shooter. Schurz with the ball. Let's take it big. Nice shot. Help line, help line, help line. Number 6. To the corner, to the big fella. For the mid-range jumper, no good. Let's go, let's go. Here's Crane. Oh. Coast to coast. And one. Great job at number 3 to get Jarrell Osley. Number 6 lost the ball, but number 3 caught on to it. Yeah. Number 3 and 1 still no good. Schurz with the ball. Middle pass. Jalen for the 2 is good. Good basket for Jalen. Crane moving the ball around. Goes into the big fella inside. Oh, out of control spin move. No good. Tip in good. Number 5. Shaq. Schurz ball at the line for 2 shots. Hey, he's out of control. I'm assuming this is definitely gonna be a close game. Playoff time, man. Yeah. After this, you know, between to the All-Star game, then playoffs will be next week. That boy shot, yeah.
All the way for the easy pass break deuce.
Great outlet pass. Number 2. It's the N1. I like this. Coach Crane. He got a lot of energy.
Yeah, good basket from number 2, Robert there.
Number 2.
The sheet for the back jump. The sheet for the back jump.
To the rim. Spin move. No good. Schurz gets the rebound. Going coast to coast. Here's number 1 point guard.
Go with the attack. Oh, couldn't get the basket.
Skip pass. Oh, great drop dribble. No good. Crane gets the rebound. Misses it again. Very intense game so far.
Yes.
Schurz ball.
See Schurz coming down with the ball. Pass it to number 5, Jalen. He throws it off. Oh.
Should have caught that. That was a great look.
Yeah.
Calls over the turnover. Wide open layup. Crane. Number 3. The real Ozzy comes over to 2. Here's Jalen to the basket. Looking to get it back. Can't keep up with it. We're going the same way.
Schurz, coach, I really like the way he's coaching. He has a lot of energy in him.
Yeah.
See everything. Watch the divers. Watch the divers. He's coming back. He's coming back.
HoopsHIGh is produced by high school students who are learning the skills of professional broadcasting. All of the camera work, announcing, directing, and engineering is done by the students.
Oh, behind the back dribble. Number 1. Loses it. Schurz comes up with it. Number 7 to the rim. Number 7, Elijah Clay gets the 2. Turnover on Crane. Schurz way. Here's Schurz with the ball. Trying to break this press. They break it easy. Post travel. Jalen, pump fake to the rim for the 2. No good. Gets it back, tip in. It's good.
Good tip in from number.
Crane gets the 2. Wow. Schurz has a great.
Hey, Marley, keep him there.
Same way. Going to be a timeout. Crane way. Schurz ball.
Jalen, what do you think of Schurz energy level in this game?
Well, I think Schurz is definitely coming has great energy, but both teams have the exact same energy. Coming out strong here, trying to kick it off to get this good lead. So far, it's a close game. 14-13. Schurz up. Come back in, we're going to have Schurz ball.
They falling back.
Schurz ball coming back in. gets it in. Jalen with the ball, clearing things out.
Hey, help line.
Little ISO.
Good defense.
Mixtape, mid-range jumper is good.
Good shot from Jalen, number 5.
With a hand right in his face. Schurz getting momentum up. Close turnover by Crane with the Crane ball.
Oh, good steal. Number 2 with the floater, no good.
Number 2 can't get the floater. Crane. Oh, they call a foul. Man, Schurz is all over the place.
Yeah. Really throwing this Crane team off.
Crane ball. Great defense by number 2. Corner pass.
Oh, good.
Rejected by Jalen. I don't know what he thought he was doing.
Good block from Jalen.
Tries it again. So you're not blocking at that time, but he can't come up with it. Number 3. Crane.
Oh,
Oh, they call a foul. Jalen nearly gets a fast break. They call a foul.
yeah, that been great to him on that fast break.
Yeah, I know he was mad about on that one. He was ready for the dunk. You know, I was definitely ready for the dunk. Crane gets the ball in. Great closeout. Gets around him. Great defense. Good basket.
And the big fella was wide open down there. He could just easily made the pass down.
Yeah, great defense back.
Oh, big fella. No good. Up Schurz on the fast break here. And one. Good basket.
Good layup at number 2. Up. Oh, great pass. Number 7, Jalen.
Good basket from Jalen.
Looks like Schurz is going on a little run here.
Yeah. Let's see if Crane can stop this.
You know, I really like number 4, the little short Mexican, Carlos. He's really scrappy. Jalen, strong rebound. Yes, Carlos. Carlos looking.
We know we're not always perfect, but we are working hard and always earning. We thank you for your support and encouragement.
I hope you catch that.
Big man move, swatted away. Here's Crane. Look for the outlet pass. Nearly gets the steal, but he gets the deuce. Timeout. Timeout short.
To that foul.
No, it's the first period.
It's the first half.
Period. Man, great game so far, Zara. Who do you think been a big standout player this game?
Definitely Jalen from Schurz right now. You know, he's just getting buckets, diamond, handing out assists, and you know, great rebounds. And for Crane, I would like to say it's the big fella. You know, number 2. Robert, you know, he's just doing all the dirty work, rebounded real well, getting easy N1s. It's all about converting free throws, really.
Yeah, I agree. No doubt about that. Schurz still ahead in this ball game. 19-16. Schurz bring the ball to the court. Crane, great press defense.
Find yours. Now tap, Paulie. Stay there. Stay there,
Gets the
Paulie.
ball.
Hey, switch.
Number 1, deep 3. No good. No foul for Crane, big rebound. Great outlet.
Ooh,
pass.
great steal.
Schurz, move the ball around. Crane, look for that steal. Step pass. Two slowing things down from Schurz.
Good ball movement so far. He's being patient right now. Throw it down to the low post, mid-range game. No good. Uh-oh, Crane out on the fast break here.
Number 1, Crane. the big man. Gets the screen.
Number 1 for the 3.
NBA range.
Oh, no good. Another great rebound for Jalen.
Schurz throwing things down here. Crane looking to make some subs. Also Schurz. And the big man back in there. Julius there, number 9 to the basket.
Oh, no good. Wide open layup miss.
Number 2, splits the defense. This is to Javon.
Keep moving.
Great
Slowing it down now.
Great call at point guard. Seeing things get fast.
Slow it down.
Got a mismatch right here. Pick and roll action. Corner pass. 3 ball.
Woo!
Good. Number 9. Serve. There's Crane to the basket. Oh, reverse it. Pump fake. 3 ball. Answers right back.
A little bit of 3-point battle here.
Number 1 for Crane. Answers right back from 3. Bounce pass. This number 2. To the high end.
Catch to it.
That is foul on the 3. I was looking for 2 in a row on that one.
Yeah. It's been amazing to see a little 3-point battle go across the game here.
Under control, chop your feet, chop, chop, chop.
First shot up. It's good. His left hander, Schurz, really shoot it. Second shot, no good. One more. Last shot. No good. Number 6.
Travel.
The active really don't have travel. Seven.
Number 8 wide open.
Number 8, nice move.
Hey, Breon.
Flat on the floor. Schurz ball.
Why you keep giving up the middle like that?
Schurz ball. Schurz inbound. Lean pass. That's the corner. Number 7 for the floater. It's good.
What floater?
Scores 25 to 19. Schurz up. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Crane burns the timeout here. Coach trying to settle things. And Schurz is playing really good. Who do you think can come out on top in this game, Zion?
It can really go any way right now. Crane has good momentum. Schurz has good momentum right now, but then Crane, has a lot of energy and, really plays tough in the second half. So, it really can go either way right now.
I agree, Zion. I agree. This definitely a big game for both of them. Trying to make the playoffs. Crane gets the ball in. Schurz in that nice press. Like a 1-2-2.
Great ball move for Crane.
Crane to the rim.
Ooh.
What a Jesus. Ooh. Skip that.
Schurz in that pass. Throw it out to the corner. Back up top. Oh, should have been a little bit more patient on that play.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, nice job dribble to the basket. Oh, big man. This one in one. Sees his teammate gonna make the layup, so he follows up and gets the tip. Number 3. Real honest.
And 1.
Real honest, the other last foot.
Watch the clock. Watch the clock.
Can't make the free throw. 1 second left. And that's the end of the quarter. The score is now 23-25. Schurz up in this game. And Jalen, what do you think we'll see more of in the second quarter?
I think Crane will gain momentum in this game because, you know, the close game now. Schurz made a run. The game is about runs, so I think Crane can make a momentum run, definitely.
Yeah, most definitely, you know, the team that has more momentum in this game, to me, will most likely win. But, you know, this Crane team really likes to pick it up in the second half and just go hard at everything. So I believe if they do that, they'll have a chance of winning this game when the second half comes. And Schurz, all they have to do is just be a little bit more patient. If they can be a little bit more patient on their plays, they definitely can be seen pulling away with this game right now.
2 in a row in there.
Hey, did you see that game earlier? Up my deal?
And this here clock, yes, it was definitely.
Great game, man.
And we'll now toss over to our sideline reporter.
Hello, my name is Cherish Patterson, and this is the Hoops High tournament. This is game 4. Right now we have Schurz versus Crane. These are 2 very phenomenal teams. Crane needs to pick up their defense. Schurz needs to communicate more, but stay tuned for the second half.
Just shoot art, graffiti, and cosmetology. One example of unconventional art is shoe art. Shoe art is the process of restoring and or customizing shoes. Shoe art became really popular in 2009 when Jordan Brand released the Air Jordan Bread 11. Many people would make the white midsole black and rename them the Dirty Bread 11. Since then, people like YouTuber Jose Ramirez have tested their artistic abilities and now does sneaker restorations and customs on his YouTube channel, Retro Sneakers. Another example of unconventional art is graffiti. Graffiti is the art of painting walls and objects to express a feeling. Graffiti became popular as more and more people wanted to express their feelings. Many people think of graffiti negatively because gangs use it to mark their territory, but that's not always the case. YouTuber Graffiti Ghost does graffiti around his neighborhood to simply express his feelings and to show his artistic skill. You can find his work on his YouTube channel, Apps1EA. One of the most undervalued forms of art is cosmetology. Cosmetology is the art of barbering, hairstyling, and makeup. Many people overlook this profession as an art, but it takes the same amount of artistic abilities and creativity as drawing or painting. Many people find cosmetology interesting, especially lately since barbers started putting their work on social media. YouTuber E. Jones is a very talented barber that calls his work art. He takes his craft very serious and never lets you get out of his chair without a perfect haircut. You can find his work on his YouTube page, E. Jones TV. Even though these means of art seem to be quite unconventional, they do still have a big impact on people today.
Okay guys, can you turn to 155? That's your next ACT prep lesson. You guys have the next 30 minutes to do this. I'm going to set the timer and I'll be back in 30 minutes. Good luck and good luck.
You got us pen and pencil?
No, I ain't even got one.
It's I ain't doing this anyway. I'm gonna go to sleep and head to the studio at school.
To the studio.
Yeah.
You need this ACT prep.
Man, I'm finna be a rapper. None of this gonna really matter to me anyway.
Stand up. Stand up. Keep flipping on the mic. Keep flipping on the mic. Stand up over there. Stand up over there. Come on, y'all know y'all call. Stand up.
All right guys, let's pass in the workbooks. That's 30 minutes. I hope you did well. Brian, what are you laughing at? Okay, for the future, seriously.
This ACT stuff is just so hard.
Wake up. Did you finish early?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'll let you know your grades on Monday.
All right.
Man, you just sleep that whole period.
And go get this money.
Psych.
ABC, it's easy to count on me. 1, 2, 3, I know you see me. Mom, I made it. Teacher, I made it. For all you people out there that said I wouldn't make it.
That's all you down.
In reality, everyone cannot be a rapper. Please, stay in school.
It is so boring. We done with our right. We ain't got nothing to do. Hey, Manny. Manny.
What?
Do you want to play tic-tac-toe?
No.
Okay. Manny.
What?
Do you want to play hangman?
No.
Do you want to play tag?
No.
Oh my God. I'll just go on Twitter then since you want to be so rude. Oh my God. Manny, look at this. You see that? Do you see this? The black lady go to jail, but the white lady just get on probation. But they both did basically the same crime. I don't understand. We should really do some research on this. You want to research it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Did you know that racial inequality in the criminal justice system is one of the biggest issues in society today?
Racial inequality is a disparity in opportunity and treatment that occurs as a result of someone's race. Black people are then provided with less opportunities than white people. This is Shanisa Taylor. She is a homeless mother who went to a job interview while leaving her children in a car with the windows cracked. She was sent to jail and her children were taken away.
This is Catalina Clauser. She's a pot-smoking mom who got high before driving off with her baby on the car roof. She only got 16 years of probation.
Who's really the criminal?
Racial inequality is not the answer.
So, tell me what happened today.
I was walking, smoking my Newport as usual, and I got a sharp pain in my chest, and I fell to the ground.
Oh, so yeah, as you know, we had run a scan on you. And, we have the test results right here. And I'm sorry to say you are in stage 4 of lung cancer.
Oh my God, can I get help?
What's up?
I think I'm pregnant.
Man, my girl pregnant. I never think it'd be me with a baby on the way. Man, my baby gonna need me in this life, Joe. It's too much on.
Gotta beat up, bro. Even if it ain't your child, you still gotta beat up.
Pressure.
Man, it takes a boy to make a baby, but it takes a man to raise one.
They talking about serve and protect when they keep harassing my brothers and sisters.
Stop right there. Hey.
Stop. What is you doing? He didn't.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Back in the 1980s, Ben Wilson was an up-and-coming basketball star from the south side of Chicago. He attended Simeon Career Academy, and he was the only sophomore on the varsity basketball team. In the 1983 through 1984 season, he was regarded as the best junior in the country. He was no doubt going to the NBA, but all those dreams ended when he was shot one afternoon getting into an altercation with two boys. He was shot twice by Billy Moore, but it wasn't fatal. He died at the hospital the next morning because they didn't have a trauma center to treat him. After his death, he was still remembered by many in Chicago. He still has influence on basketball today. NBA player Derrick Rose wears Ben Wilson's old number 25 even after leaving Chicago Bulls and going to the Knicks. Ben Wilson will always be remembered as a basketball player who was inspirational to many.
I was stopping you because that man looked creepy just in case you didn't know, and I wanted to help you be safe.
Thank you, I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's a good new one.
Start off the game. Crane gets the ball. He plays fast. It's all tied up. Crane in his nice press defense. Schurz breaks it easy though. Schurz moves to the corner for the floater. Hand on the ball. No good. Crane. Push the ball. Back up top. Number 5.
The ball movement from this Crane team.
Also, 6 to the man. Pass against the roll. It's going to be no good. Foul on the play. 2 shots. Shots on the play. 6. First shot. That's good. Second shot. No good. Jalen tries to get the big rebound. I'm not sure the ref's calling it. I believe it'll be the same way. Oh no, it's going down.
A little bit confused now. PCAs, dramas, and documentaries that you see between breaks on Hoops High are produced by Free Spirit Media students at North Mondale College Prep and the Gary Coleman Youth Center. We hope that you enjoy the stories and message that we young people are sharing. Crane trying to throw down to the low post. Ooh, lose the ball. Downs it off. Ooh, good block from Jalen.
Rejection. Second rejection. Uh-oh. Corner pass. Gets it to the wing. Number 1, wide open 3. No good. Great hustle by Schurz. Gonna be out of bounds though, Marty. Be sure to look forward to this All-Star game, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
I believe it's next
Tuesday. Wednesday, August 3rd. Be sure to check in for that.
Corner pass. Fake to the rim.
Oh, good. Good tip in.
Tip in at number 2.
Good way to stay with it. Uh-oh, Jalen.
Nice Euro, though. Jalen for this.
Hey, you go to work now. Go to work, please. Shoulder spot. Shoulder spot. Take it with you, hard.
Crane moving the ball around. Slowing things down.
Take it with you.
Nice to the rim.
Oh, throws it out. Oh, good pass. Oh,
it's the layup. Here's Crane. Number 1, almost loses the ball. Oh, great thought back.
Go to work, baby. Go to work. Gotta stop playing around. Go to work.
Schurz bringing the ball up the court, trying to break this press. Middle pass. Jalen.
Oh! Missed the alley-oop.
Almost gets the dunk, but 2 over oops.
Been amazing if he'd have made that, man.
That was a great pass.
Yes, it was.
Great press. Good timeout by Crane.
Go to work, baby.
Great press that Schurz and Crane. Both putting pressure on the ball. Close game so far. 28-27, 10 minutes, 51 seconds.
Yeah, and these teams have been giving all they got. It's been a good energy, good hustle on the floor. You know, both teams been hustling and giving all they got.
This game definitely go to the wire.
Yeah. It's a great dog fight, Back in this game.
Crane breaks the press. Number 6, new fella. Jackson.
Jump ball. Great D by Jalen. Crane in a 3-2 as Crane
moving the ball behind the back dribble.
Good
Pull
ball.
up. Way off. Jalen. Gets the ball. Slows it down. Number 7 with the ball now.
Good way to be patient. Uh-oh.
Shooter.
Hits his second one of the day.
He's got a touch.
Ooh, great steal.
Great hustle by number 2. All the time now.
See?
Great job by number 2. Great hustle.
And that's a good example of what I was saying earlier. Both teams are very scrappy. You know, they both hustle, both have a lot of energy. This is why this game's gonna come to so close, because both teams play really hard.
I don't know about you, Zion, but I'm ready to sit down.
You're not the only one, Pat. You're not the only one. Score is 28-30. 9 minutes and 44 seconds so far. Yeah, back in this ball game now. Schurz bringing the ball down.
Schurz. Here's number 2. To the rim. For the easy layup.
I don't think he should have floated that one. He should have just laid it up. Ooh, great steal from Jalen. Uh-oh. Throws the lob. Ooh, couldn't get the dunk off.
Can't get the dunk.
Uh-oh, we gone.
Schurz gets another steal. Ooh.
Ooh, great basket.
Wow, nice job, number 9. Looking for the rejection. J-Line can get it. Now left hand.
Uh-oh.
Number 9.
Ooh,
Nice
great
player.
pass. Schurz going on a little bit of a run here.
Crane. Breaking the press. J-Line. Great defense.
Oh, we going again. Oh, through his legs. Oh, guys on the foot for it. Dumb ball.
Great job, man. Score is 34-28. Schurz way. Jalen with the ball. Number 2 for the 3, no good.
Don't forget to stay tuned for the Free Spirit Media News at the end of this broadcast. It comes on at 9:50 every Saturday. Learn about what's going on in Chicago and find out the latest on the most important issues of the teams.
Schurz bring the ball up the foot.
Great way to be patient.
Jalen to the rim.
Oh,
No foul call.
got whacked up.
Yeah, I thought he got whacked. Great defense.
Yeah, most
For
definitely.
that boy Carlos. Defense, man.
Throws it down low. Ooh, missed the pass.
Schurz. Still up in the lead, 34-30.
Comes Schurz.
Corner pass. Easy layup, but he missed it. Gotta make those.
They
6.
just
Crane to the rim.
no foul called and he got whacked.
Yeah, he definitely got whacked.
Uh-oh. Number 9.
Wow, no foul calls there. Guess that was a makeup call. Gotta make layups now.
And one.
What they call that?
Yeah, I don't think that was a foul to me.
So they're not calling the hard fouls, but they're calling soft fouls.
Amazing.
Number 3 gets the N1 Crane. Jarrell Osley. Score is 34-32.
If you just can't seem to get enough of Hoops High, friend us on Facebook. Get to know the crew and what goes into every Hoops High production.
Schurz up 1 now, 34-32. Great defense. Blocking foul. Schurz at the line for 2. Number 2 shooting 2 free throws. First shot, it's good. All net. Second shot,
No good. There comes Crane. Lose this pass again. And now it's Crane that's not being so patient in this game now that they are down.
Carlos, middle pass, number 3. Spin move, fade.
Ooh, no good. Over there, Vance. Crane throwing it back out. Spin move. Ooh, miss it.
Here's number 3.
Pass break.
Corner pass.
Throws it back out to the wing.
Carlos, okay.
Ooh.
Layup, no good. Tip in,
Good way
good.
to tip it back in. Good D from Carlos.
Darnell Ozzie to the corner. Pump fake.
Ooh. Nice high some moves though. They just need to be patient now. Number 5 gets to the top, dives in. Oh,
Trying to
good.
get some foul, no good.
Ooh, great route.
Oh, wrong pass. Had a man wide open.
He should just kept it.
To the rim.
No good. Well, let's see what we do. Downs back off. Gets it right back to him. Great basket.
Score is 38-33. 3 minutes left in this ball game. It's going down to the wire. Crane. Darnell Ozzie. Number 8 for the 3. Big shot. It's good.
Long two.
Long 2. It looked like it was pretty neat. Refs call it long 2 though. Number 6. Look for the screen and roll action.
Great way to be patient,
Carlos
Schurz.
to the rim.
Ooh.
Foul. A little bit too little on that.
We see subs coming into the game now.
Jalen Sub back in the game. Mid-range jumper. It's good.
Great basket. Great ball movement from Crane. Try to throw, try to throw it into the low post.
Crane ball. 30 seconds left. Crane down 5. 35-40.
Gets it to the low post. Great basket from number 2, Robert.
7. Great defense. It's a back door.
Ooh, great steal.
6 with the ball. Just right past the bounce pass. Turnover. Slow it down. Here's Schurz. Coast to coast.
And Schurz trying to slow it down here a little bit.
I don't know. I think they could get a fast break.
Yeah.
It was 4-1.
They could have scored it and then.
Yeah. But I don't blame them. They can score that. It doesn't matter. Schurz gets the foul call. Scores 37-40. Schurz ball.
Coach needs some D out here. Some subs be coming into the game for Crane. See Schurz.
Before gets a quick foul. 2 points to the line. Nearly a steal. It's going to be a foul.
And Crane's whole team reacted when they thought they stole that, what they thought was all ball, but the ref called the foul. And there'll be a timeout for Schurz. And Jalen, what do you think Schurz needs to do here to see? Jalen, what do you think Schurz needs to do here to secure this win?
Schurz definitely needs to protect the ball and make free throws. Simple as that, Zion.
Yeah, I most definitely agree. If they can, keep the ball under control and, have great patience, they'll come out with the win in the game.
Simple as that. Take the ball, make free throws, hold the game. Ain't no damn foul.
That thunder? I thought I heard thunder.
Last game of the day. Daylon trying to get to the rim. 2 shots. Oh, they still have fouls to give when the foul on the floor. 25 seconds left. Score. 37. Quick foul.
Another foul. And I think that will put them into the bonus.
Definitely. So if I were Crane, I would try to shoot while one of them fouling me, Maybe get a 3-point play. Let's see if Daylon can look to ice this game. 37-40. First shot up. Gets the roll in. Man, everybody thought that was coming back on.
Yeah.
Second shot.
No good. Great rebound from Schurz. Ooh. And Sale was out on Schurz.
Nearly a big rebound for Schurz, but he's going to be out of Crane ball. Calls the timeout. 19 seconds left. Crane is down 41-37. What do you think they need to do? What do you think they should take the 3 or the 2 of this?
I think they definitely should just attack the basket. You know, make the ref blow the whistle. You don't know. You know, you don't want to settle for the 3 and not make it. So, yeah, they most definitely just need to calm down. Try to attack the basket, get an open look.
Come back in the ball game. It's gonna be Crane ball. Let's see what happens. 6. Gets the ball in.
Ooh, you know, definitely put the ball though. Attacks the basket.
Oh,
Misses.
Misses the easy layup. Hold the ball. Hold the ball. Wow, that could have been a steal by number 5 if he was paying attention.
Yeah.
Wow, what a big layup.
I know y'all heard that.
6 seconds left. 37 to 41. Number 7 at the line.
Ooh, misses it.
Misses the 1-on-1.
5 seconds left. Pulls the 3. No good.
That's gonna be the game.
And that will be the sound of the buzzer as the game closes. The score is 37 to 41. Schurz coming away with the victory here.
Yeah, what a great game.
Yeah, you know, I knew it was going to be a dogfight from the opening tip. You know, both teams really like to hustle. Both teams give it all they have, and man, they just play scrappy. And who do you think was a player of the game for this team, for the Schurz team, Jalen?
That was J-Line from Schurz. He getting interviewed now.
Yeah, he did everything he could to, you know, take his team on to this road to victory. You know, rebounding, assists, steals, blocks, points, rebounds. You know, he did it all in this game. He just couldn't be stopped. Thanks from the HoopsHIGH crew, and we'll announce also to our sideline reporter.
Hey, I'm Lanai, and I'm here with Jalen Mitchell.
How you doing?
I'd like to ask him some questions today. So, what helped you guys come out with the win?
Executing on offense and getting a lot of stops on defense.
What are your plans for this upcoming season?
Just to be conference champions again, and to help the whole team come up with offers for different colleges.
Thank you for your time. I'm Lanai Bell. You could catch HoopsHIGH on Kid TV Channel 8.
An everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors. May those who died rest in peace. May those who return find their roots, and may humanity never again perpetuate such injustice against humanity. We the living vow to uphold this. Like, I always wanted to be white.
I was always just that black girl at school. Even growing up, I was always that black girl.
You think you all that because you light skinned.
Why does me being dark skinned have to do with anything about how good I look?
Just because I'm light skinned don't mean I can't get offended.
Social identity is usually around a construct. So our society has lots of ideas about what is right and what is wrong. And oftentimes those are organized based on our race or gender or any other set of skills.
Colorism is the belief that there is that one color is better than the other. In most countries, this means lighter skin because European colonialism kind of spread that idea globally that lighter skin has better value. So a lot of times people think that colorism is only important within the Black community or within the American Black community, but colorism is prevalent everywhere. It's prevalent in India, it's prevalent throughout Asia, it's prevalent in any country where you have an indigenous culture made up of brown people.
Internalization is when a person, an individual, usually believes some social construct or idea and then decides to act upon it.
I think that a lot of African American women, especially right now at this time in our culture, are working really, really hard to reclaim their femininity. So that's why so many of us wear, long hair and high heels and lots of makeup and all that stuff, because I think we're trying to reclaim something that really was taken from us. When you look at African American women in slavery, they were treated like men, right? So many of us forced outside to work, whether we had our periods or not, in the boiling hot sun, some of us not clothed or improperly clothed. We went from slavery right into having to take care of our families. So we always worked, always. There was never a point in African American culture that we got to sit home and just be like housewives and homemakers. That was never us.
I find that African Americans are often very misogynistic. And they see that as a traditional view as opposed to a social construct. So unfortunately, I think they contribute to the oppression of women because they don't question why these ideas about masculinity or femininity exist.
I feel like the people around us don't really make it no different, don't make a difference of it really, because they, whatever is popular, they go with. So if everybody's saying they want a red bone in the music videos, Lil Wayne or anybody saying that, that's what they want to be like. They want a red bone too. They want a thick girl too. They want a girl with money. They want a girl with long hair.
I like a long hair, thick red bone. Up and up if they fillet me down, nip.
This is towards lighter skin. When you hear the term red bone, how do y'all feel about that?
I get so irritated. They call it red. I be green, blue, purple, red. It's so irritating. I even changed my name on Twitter. Like, my name is not Red. Stop calling me Red. It's just so annoying. It's irritating. It really is.
Well, in the past, okay, you red bone. Hey, I owned it, but now it's just like, I agree with what she said. It's just just irritating. Like, me and my friend have on the same color, and they just get out the color we have. Like, if I have on yellow pants, she have a yellow. So I'm like, keep walking. Light skin.
Typically in the media, like when I see a dark-skinned girl, she's portrayed as masculine and aggressive.
I heard those little smart-ass remarks you made too. Didn't your mama teach you something? Who the hell do these people think they are anyway? Didn't y'all see me?
No, you move that I can tell, because look, when I inhale, my titty make the horn honk. Listen. You see that? That ain't right.
I hear it.
That scientifically proved that you was adjusting my seat.
I think it was My Last by Chris Brown. And they, it was like he'll switch in between. It was this one girl sitting in the chair, light skin, she had the real long curly hair, had her makeup done right and everything. He's sitting there singing to her. And then when he'll say something negative, basically what he don't look for in a female, it'll fade into this dark-skinned girl whose makeup all messed up with rough hair, and she was chunky.
Even though the media portrays light skin to be better than dark skin, I think it also portrays light skin to be a little slutty to me from what I see, because you see these light-skinned girls and you see they're exploring their sexual needs or whatever. So I think it's more than just, oh, you light-skinned, you better. I think it's more, it's you light-skinned, you give good head, or you have better sex.
Oftentimes, African American women, we are a little bit more full, a little bit more voluptuous and curvaceous, and over time, that's become associated with sexuality.
I think women in general are overly sexualized. They're objects. Even within, if we have female rappers or MCs, are artists, they have to objectify themselves.
That's okay, baby, go ahead, do your thing, right on the way.
Sex always sells. And, you know, with men, it's to attain sex, and for women, it's to be that object of desire.
Society just looks down upon women in general. It's not even, it's deeper than skin, in my opinion. Women itself, we are looked down upon, we are degraded. When you watch music videos, which is the main thing, women are over-sexualized for everything. African American women, we are very, you know, curvy, and we have a lot of assets, and it's exposed. When you watch music videos, you see chest and you see really, you know, big butts and guys just, you know, hollering at you. And it's like teens consume that.
I think that as a group, it's sort of hard to fight against such a pervasive opinion that just kind of gets told to you over and over and over again, and it gets told to you in a number of different ways and reinforced in a number of different ways. So I think that many of us try hard to resist those stereotypes.
I have never had a problem with my skin color, even though a lot of girls my color do. I mean, just like a girl of any other color, I could get a man, I can get a job, I can do anything they do, maybe even better. So what's the problem? Oh, I understand. We have been tricked. The internet has tricked us. Television has tricked us. Magazines have tricked us. Society has tricked us. Tricked us into believing just because we're not what they call fair, we're less than a woman of anyone else. Lil Wayne make verses like, how do you say what's never said? Beautiful black woman, I bet that bitch look better red. And we just laugh. I mean, it's like we're in slavery again, except it's with our own people. You could be black, you could be white, you could be dark skinned. It's okay to be bright. It shouldn't make a difference, but it does.
Today we have seen firsthand that food brings upon community. People unite to have fun, eat, and just bring good vibes.
I think some things that bring the community together, like with food, is that a lot of people like food, and like when we spend time with each other, a lot of people like to eat together. So I feel like things like the Taste of Chicago and stuff really brings people and like their interests as far as like the foods that they like together.
I think people just truly enjoy food and cooking, and people like to cook together.
You know, some people eat slow, some people eat fast, but no matter how long it takes you to eat, you can always have good conversation, and through conversation you get to discover more about the person you're talking to, about your neighbors, about everybody in your community.
Well, everybody likes food, and you know, it's a pretty easy thing to kind of venture out and try something new. It's not too exotic, so I think it's kind of it's easy for people to explore different kinds of food. You know, it's a good draw.
How do you bring people together without food being involved? Free drinks?
Bringing people together without food being involved. That's a tough one because we're selling food here.
I feel like my friend said, food is a very big draw, but I think art, music, things where a lot of people are interested in, you know, kind of like a common thing could bring people together for sure.
The Taste of Chicago gives people the chance to try foods that they may have never known about or even liked.
You can't go wrong with chicken. And we make some amazing jerk chicken. Usually when I'm going to a gathering, I always bring some meat. You can never go wrong with meat.
I usually try and bring something on the healthier side because most people don't. Most people show up with desserts, right? Yeah. It's like you've got all these desserts and somebody forgot the salad or, yeah.
I typically like Indian food. As far as food that I usually eat, but I don't usually see at the taste. I like Indian food, but you don't really see a lot of Indian food at the taste, so that's probably one that I can say.
I really like Thai food. I haven't had Thai food here yet. I would say that's probably the biggest one.
And I do like soul food, and you don't really have too many soul food restaurants at a taste.
I think we got everybody here.
Everybody. That's the beautiful thing about the taste. It brings everybody, people that might never go to like a different neighborhood to go eat, maybe because they're scared of the neighborhood or that's not where they're from. But when those restaurants come to the taste, they have no reason to not to eat the food.
I would say that there's a big cultural difference here. There's a lot of different types of people here, so.
The event itself doesn't really bring together community. Community has to be willing to come together, but the events create a space for communities to come together.
Yeah, I think that like situations like this where you have like big gatherings and stuff where they bring a lot of different types of cultures of food together, I think it really brings everybody together to try different stuff.
Shout out to Free Spirit Media. You guys are awesome.
Reporting from FSM News, I am Rochelle Borden.
It is so boring. We done with our work. We ain't got nothing to do. Hey, Manny. Manny.
What?
Do you want to play tic-tac-toe?
No.
Okay. Manny.
What?
Do you want to play hangman?
No.
Do you want to play tag?
No.
Oh my God. I'll just go on Twitter then since you want to be so rude. Oh my God. Manny, look at this. You see that? Do you see this? The black lady go to jail, but the white lady just get on probation. But they both did basically the same crime. I don't understand. We should really do some research on this. You want to research it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Did you know that racial inequality in the criminal justice system is one of the biggest issues in society today?
Racial inequality is a disparity in opportunity and treatment that occurs as a result of someone's race. Black people are then provided with less opportunities than white people. This is Shanisa Taylor. She is a homeless mother who went to a job interview while leaving her children in a car with the windows cracked. She was sent to jail and her children were taken away.
This is Catalina Clauser. She's a pot-smoking mom who got high before driving off with her baby on the car roof. She only got 16 years of probation.
Who's really the criminal?
Racial inequality is not the answer.
So, tell me what happened today.
I was walking and smoking my Newport as usual, and I got a sharp pain in my chest, and I fell to the ground.
Oh, so yeah, as you know, we had run a scan on you. We have the test results right here. And I'm sorry to say you are in stage 4 of lung cancer.
Oh my God, can I get help?
What's up?
I think I'm pregnant.
Man, my girl pregnant. I never think it'd be me with a baby on the way. Man, my baby gonna need me in this life, Joe. It's too much on me.
Gotta beat up, bro. Even if it ain't your child, you still gotta beat up.
Pressure. Man, it takes a boy to make a baby, but it takes a man to raise one.
They talking about serve and protect when they keep harassing my brothers and sisters.
Stop right there. Hey.
Stop. What is you doing? Hit it.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Back in the 1980s, Ben Wilson was an up-and-coming basketball star from the south side of Chicago. He attended Simeon Career Academy, and he was the only sophomore on the varsity basketball team. In the 1983 through 1984 season, he was regarded as the best junior in the country. He was no doubt going to the NBA, but all those dreams ended when he was shot one afternoon getting into an altercation with two boys. He was shot twice by Billy Moore, but it wasn't fatal. He died at the hospital the next morning because they didn't have a trauma center to treat him. After his death, he was still remembered by many in Chicago. He still has influence on basketball today. NBA player Derrick Rose wears Ben Wilson's old number 25 even after leaving Chicago Bulls and going to the Knicks. Ben Wilson will always be remembered as a basketball player who was inspirational to many.
I was stopping you because that man looked creepy just in case you didn't know, and I wanted to help you be safe.
Thank you, I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Television has a positive and negative impact on children's lives.
Too much television could be bad for some kids if they are not utilizing educational programs.
So much technology has increased where you don't have that much supervision over what these shows bring, what they're educating, and possibly what's the long term.
I think parents should let kids watch TV because if how would they get rewarded for doing their homework?
Parents should have locks on channels for children because they can watch stuff that's too mature for them.
Kids shouldn't be watching just anything because it could be too inappropriate for them.
Some parents should have more parental locks on some television programs because there is a lot of nudity.
Television can have a positive impact on children through educational programs, and it can also have a negative impact on children through the violence.
Television affects kids because they learn about different cultures and different things.
Bad Girls Club, no, but like PBS Kids, you can learn from that stuff.
Sometimes it goes positive and sometimes it's not because sometimes all they want to do is watch TV and other times it keeps kids out of trouble if they just at home watching TV.
I really love Empire, but a lot of the things that they actually progress in far as sexuality, drugs, only narrowing down one artistic goal of individual minds. Those are some shows that I know for a fact that I don't like.
Even though television can be negative, some children do not copy what they see on TV, which means what happens on television stays on television.
Some kids might not know what to repeat. Some kids might be. It depends on like the age difference.
They're seeing it as it's approved. So if I'm watching it, I'm imitating exactly what the television is doing. So I only imitate what I do, what I see, and what I hear.
I think children would put the remote down and read a book for their well-being.
Reporting for FSM News, I'm Reese Johnson.
Reach out, speak up.
Many girls tend to get pregnant at a young age. People expect them to drop out and be failures in life, but some beat the odds and make a good life for themselves and their child.
Well, I would say in society nowadays, it would just be harder for them to accomplish things.
Personally, for me, I feel like, I'm held back from the things that I really want to do. And, it's going to be tough and stuff, and I'd be worried about money and situations and stuff like that.
Young women who give birth while attending community college are 65% less likely to complete their degree than other women.
Though babies sometimes happen in unfortunate situations, meaning like at the wrong time, I think ultimately babies are still a blessing. I think that their lives probably turn out to be a little bit more challenging than they would have been if they would not have had a baby. But I've seen some success stories, and then I've seen some opposite stories.
We sat down and interviewed Diane Brown, who was pregnant at 12 years old, and talked about her experiences and how she overcame them.
Well, it was my first time, my first baby. I didn't feel anything. I was like a little sad because I know I wasn't ready for it. I was still in grammar school. Didn't want to disappoint my mom, so I was a little sad.
How did having a baby change your life?
It made me more focused, knowing that I didn't want to depend on my parents to help me take care of my baby, because that was my baby, wasn't their baby. I knew I had to step it up, get a nice job, start working, because I was a teenager. So go to school, because without school, I was going nowhere.
Although many people may think that teen mothers will not be successful, there are many mothers like Diane Brown who beat the odds. Reporting from FSM News, I'm Desiree Williams.
Although healthy eating has been much more widely advocated for than in past times, there are so many people that make unconscious decisions about their foods they eat. We asked anonymous people, how do they make their personal food choices?
My eating habits are fairly healthy. So I pretty much eat a plant-based diet. So I eat a lot of vegetables and beans and grains with very limited meat in my diet.
Oh, my eating habits are, I'll say decent, because I make a smoothie every morning, but I don't eat healthy at dinner, but I have green food on my plate. So.
Try to eat as healthy as we can. Lately I've been eating more salads than before, so I think that's good.
Eating healthier foods does contribute to your well-being and more. Basically, like what you put in your body is what comes out of your body. So if you have like a poor diet of eating a lot of sugar and greasy foods, you might have, acne or things like that. So yeah, I definitely do believe that.
Studies show that people aren't the ones who are necessarily in charge of their food eating decisions. It's basically their income and financial being that determines what they can and cannot eat.
I do feel like unhealthier food is less expensive than healthier foods, because
I don't like. Because it's not natural.
Yeah, it's not natural. And it can't, like, it doesn't help our bodies like natural, like healthy foods do.
No, I definitely don't think that if you could find fruits and vegetables that are local, they can cost just as less as fast food. It just depends on where you get your food from.
People who don't have a lot of money, they tend to spend their money on foods that don't cost as much. And healthy food costs like, I don't know, for some lettuce, I don't know, like $5. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
I do think there are healthier places that will sell healthier food at a reasonable price. You just have to look for them. They aren't, they aren't as popular as the fast food places that are cheaper, but you just have to look around for them.
I feel like there could be more places that sell food for a reasonable price. Definitely, I know like Mariano's is like healthy food, but the prices are kind of high.
From what we've learned today, it's apparent that there are numerous of things that play into what causes people to decide what they intake food-wise.
I think that people can be encouraged to a more healthier diet just by just seeing different things in the media of healthier eating.
Reporter from FSM News, I'm Kyla Beasley.
We've been treated like garbage since we've been on this planet. Our stores sell us trash and they stores sell organic. I look at my community, I know they can't stand it. We gon' get right, my people, please don't panic.
Last time I ate a home cooked meal was on Thanksgiving of last year.
For the Summer of Community Builders 2009, we are focusing and researching on food justice.
Like if I wanted to go get a bottle of water or something, it's higher than pop or juice.
And we are also discussing the problem of food deserts.
While making our discoveries, we partnered with Free Spirit Media to produce a documentary that would get our voices heard and show the community that the youth are concerned with issues in the neighborhood.
Why food is a social justice issue, right? And social justice issues are big and they matter. And so we really want to get into this.
So how is a food desert something that we need to take action on because we are not getting equal rights?
Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Treasure Island, I'm sure all them places get really healthy food.
So they put it in like, I guess, well-class neighborhoods, like where they putting them new homes and stuff at in the suburbs, when they really making that much more money than we is.
The grocery stores don't put their stores in certain neighborhoods because they probably don't know that the neighborhood is bad. They probably hear that this neighborhood is bad, so don't put your store in there because such and such happened when they really don't know.
It's stereotyping us because it's not necessarily all this stuff don't pertain to all African Americans.
I will emphasize that not everybody in the food desert is poor and not all these areas are poor. Another issue is what we call agglomeration. It's kind of a big clunky word, but basically agglomeration means that retail attracts retail and like attracts like. Other retailers might think, well, I don't know if I'd go to that place because if it was a great market, it would have been discovered already.
Stores build places where they believe people will come, where they believe people will shop.
I would love to be shopping at Leamington's because I like to support the local businesses. But I run into this similar kind of problems that I did when Dominic's was there. What they carry depends on what people are asking for and buying.
Did you get them food items from the grocery store in your community?
No, I could not because they did not have the certain thing that my mother needs to make. So we had to travel far.
Or people without transportation have to travel so far to go to a grocery store.
I have to go outside my community to do my grocery shopping. I go all the way over here on Cicero to, what's the name of the place? Food for Less. I go back west a little bit go to Fair Play.
Certain communities in Chicago and other urban areas, they're definitely underserved. There aren't enough grocery stores that offer fresh produce, and there really aren't enough grocery stores, period.
Sometimes I go to Jewel's, it's up north a little bit.
I would like to see us have a grocery store on Ogden Avenue, which we already have a grocery store on Roosevelt Road, which is a main corridor, but we need to have one on the south end of our community.
But I can't do it in my neighborhood, they don't have it.
It's food deserts. We don't have food areas in our community that we can just go to.
When we say food desert, we are referring to the lack of grocery stores in specific areas.
Do you know what a food desert is?
No. A food desert?
A food desert.
No. No.
A food dessert?
Food desert.
Oh, no, I do not.
After getting familiar with the issue, we created several questions to produce a survey. Then we distributed them to the community. While researching, we noticed that the North Lawndale is facing a food desert because of the lack of grocery stores in that area. Everything that we have learned about, like food deserts, I was so ignorant to the facts.
At first when we were doing the research, it kind of made me feel kind of mad because it is kind of true, because all the good grocery stores is far out or up north or in the suburbs, but it's not in our community.
Now, a lot of people don't want to speak up against only having one grocery store in the community. So,
are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God, I would write letters, talk to the people in my community and explain to them why this needs to change, like, you know, what you guys are doing now, interviewing, you know, come up with programs, really reach out to my people, and write to the congressmen, congresswomen, congresspeople, and tell my voice is heard.
You want to find out who in your community is already looking at this issue. Sometimes we think of a solution to a problem and we think that we have the only answer. Then, you know, usually there are three to four others who are already working on the problem, but they're also working on it alone, right?
My name is Shaquita and I work at the Green Youth Farm, and today we have a market. We are selling radishes, cucumbers, zucchinis, we have scallions, we have mixed lettuce, collard greens, cucumbers, carrots. We have different herbs like parsley, dill, and we have basil and kale.
I think that if we know how to grow our own food and where our food comes from and what goes into growing our own food, that it just teaches people how to be more responsible and aware.
Some people, like myself, don't know that much about vegetables and all the plants. The Green Youth Farm just goes ahead and teach people about the plant they're interested about.
So any one of these young people, after a year or a summer of completing this program, that they are pretty capable of going out and starting a community garden or growing vegetables in their backyard.
I didn't even know it was a farm in this community, so it was wonderful to see how African American people are growing, you know, plants and vegetables. They sell it to people who really need it. So today I learned so much. Like, I didn't know we can actually grow something organically, like in this neighborhood. So today I learned a lot. Yeah.
And I feel like we can make a change if everybody get their voice heard.
I think we're doing really valuable work with helping our community and trying to make a change within it.
One person can't make a change, but if we come together, then that's a different story.
But if it came to a point where I had to work on a board or with someone saying that we're going to petition this and petition that, I'm willing to do that.
You have to get involved to make things work, you know, but a lot of us just sit back and complain and down others. But if we came together as a whole, we would be awesome over here. We really would.
We think that it's important for us to let the people in the community know more about food deserts because if they knew, then they would strive to get better food access.
I think the people in the North Lawndale community should know more about the organizations that sell and produce organic food so they can learn to make healthier food choices.
We need the community to be more aware to the access we have already. So sampling the healthy food choices these places sell will help them realize that there are better choices than junk food in our community.
If you have healthy foods in your community, then you will eat healthy. If it's not available, they're not going to eat it.
That's when I decided to become a community builder. We're trying to get better grocery stores and things of that nature.
It's so boring today. What should we do?
Well, I heard FSM is going to be at the Taste of Chicago today. You want to go? I think we should.
Okay, let's go. What you gonna wear today?
I don't know, girl. Something cute.
Today, FSM News on the Road is reporting from the Taste of Chicago, where we'll be talking about all things food.
I love food so much. What about you, Brittany?
Yeah, I'm actually daydreaming about what I'm gonna eat for the business night.
Okay, snap out of it. We had a show to do.
Welcome to FSM News on the Road. I'm Brittany Martin.
And I'm Yasmin Scott.
Today we'll be discussing all the good and some bad about food.
Yeah, this is actually my first time at Chicago.
I bet you're excited because I was my first time coming.
Yeah, what do you think I should get while I'm here?
If you ask me, I'll say everything.
Well, I think we should ask Marquisia Ship so I can make my decision.
This is the 36th year of the Taste of Chicago. Let's see what makes it so popular each time it returns.
We've attended for 14 years, attended Taste of Chicago for 14 years. We keep coming back for all the different types of food.
What I think attracts people to the Taste of Chicago is a mix of multicultural people and different foods that we don't often try on the regular, you know what I'm saying? We get to experience a different culture, a different food and everything like that, so that brings me back.
It attracts people the most to the taste.
The variety. I've been coming here since I was really small, so that's always great to come back.
This is my first time at the Taste, and a friend of mine suggested Lawrence's, and it didn't disappoint.
I think we go to a favorite restaurant. We go to La Bomba because they have that Jibarito sandwich.
Favorite restaurant here, what was it, Giordano's Pizza? That was my favorite I had so far.
Speaking of food, there has been 17 new restaurants added here, including Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp and Ukai's Japanese restaurant. Let's see what individuals have to say about this.
First time eating at Lawrence's. It was really good. I had the shrimp and it was really good. I think that they were like fried prawns because they were very jumbo and juicy.
It is the first time at this station because they have tempura and nobody else has the tempura, and it's very good.
Next, we stopped by Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp to talk to the manager about what brought them to the Taste this year. Let's see what she had to say about the restaurant and the food being sold there.
What attracted us to the Taste this year, we were at the Taste a couple of years ago. We expanded our stores. We have 2 new stores. We have one in Westchester and one that's out on 87 in Canal. We finally got one out on the south side. Everybody wanted a store on the south side. So that's why we came back to the Taste to expand our store and let people know that if they stay further out in the suburbs that they can come and either to the south side or they can go to the Westchester store.
Furthermore into the Taste, I got another privilege to talk to the owner of HoopsHIGH's Japanese restaurant. Let's see what he has to say.
Actually, we apply many years and we get picked this year. So we're so excited to be here.
No matter if there are new restaurants and fan favorites each year, the taste is a combination of different people and food venues.
What I think brings people to the taste is the variety of food, the different cultures, because usually food is culture. Most people, their food is their culture. So I think that's what brings people here. I enjoy African food the most because, again, that's what I grew up eating. And it's just a unique taste, flavors. They mix everything. It looks weird, but it tastes really good. And also, I think it's healthy.
Reporting from FSM News, I'm Markesia Ship. See you next year.
I actually really want some barbecue right now.
Yasmin, you should be eating a little healthier.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Well, maybe after hearing from Kyla Beasley, you'll reconsider your choices.
Maybe.
Although healthy eating has been much more widely advocated for than in past times, there are so many people that make unconscious decisions about their foods they eat. We asked anonymous people how do they make their personal food choices.
My eating habits are fairly healthy, so I pretty much eat a plant-based diet. So I eat a lot of vegetables and beans and grains with very limited meat in my diet.
Oh, my eating habits are, I'd say decent because I make a smoothie every morning, so, but I don't eat healthy at dinner, but I have green food on my plate.
Try to eat as healthy as we can. Lately I've been eating more salads than before, so I think that's good.
Eating healthier foods does contribute to your well-being and more. Basically, you know, like what you put in your body is what comes out of your body. So if you have like a poor diet of eating a lot of sugar and greasy foods, you might have, you know, acne or things like that. So yeah, I definitely do believe that.
Studies show that people aren't the ones who are necessarily in charge of their food eating decisions. It's basically their income and financial being that determines what they can and cannot eat.
I do feel like unhealthier food is less expensive than healthier foods because it's, I don't like,
because it's not natural.
Yeah, it's not natural, and it can't, like, it doesn't help our bodies like natural, like healthy foods do.
No, I definitely don't think that if you could find fruits and vegetables that are local, they can cost just as less as fast food. It just depends on where you get your food from.
People who don't have a lot of money, they tend to spend their money on foods that don't cost as much. And healthy food costs like, I don't know, for some lettuce, I don't know, like $5. Like I'm not gonna do that.
I do think there are healthier places that will sell healthier food at a reasonable price. You just have to look for them. They aren't, you know, they aren't as popular as the fast food places that are cheaper, but you just have to look around for them.
I feel like there could be more places that sell food for a reasonable price. Definitely, I know like Mariano's is like healthy food, but the prices are kind of high.
From what we've learned today, it's apparent that there are numerous of things that play into what causes people to decide what they intake food-wise.
I think that people can be encouraged to a more healthier diet just by just seeing different things in the media of healthier eating.
Reporter from FSM News, I'm Kyla Beasley.
Hey Yasmin, did you know food actually does have a good way of bringing people together?
Yes, I actually heard the Taste of Chicago was the best place for that.
Well, here's Rochelle Bordy with more on the story.
Today we have seen firsthand that food brings upon community. People unite to have fun, eat, and just bring good vibes.
I think some things that bring the community together, like with food, is that a lot of people like food, and like when we spend time with each other, a lot of people like to eat together. So I feel like things like the Taste of Chicago and stuff really brings people and like their interests as far as like the foods that they like together.
I think people just truly enjoy food and cooking, and people like to cook together.
You know, some people eat slow, some people eat fast, but no matter how long it takes you to eat, you can always have good conversation, and through conversation you get to discover more about the person you're talking to, about your neighbors, about everybody in your community.
Well, everybody likes food, and you know, it's a pretty easy thing to kind of venture out and try something new. It's not too exotic, so I think it's kind of it's easy for people to explore different kinds of food. You know, it's a good draw.
How do you bring people together without food being involved? Free drinks?
Bringing people together without food being involved. That's a tough one because we're selling food here.
I feel like my friend said, food is a very big draw, but I think art, music, things where a lot of people are interested in, kind of like a common thing could bring people together for sure.
The Taste of Chicago gives people the chance to try foods that they may have never known about or even liked.
You can't go wrong with chicken. And we make some amazing jerk chicken. Usually when I'm going to a gathering, I always bring some meat. You can never go wrong with meat.
I usually try and bring something on the healthier side because most people don't. Most people show up with desserts, right? Yeah. It's like you've got all these desserts and somebody forgot the salad or, yeah.
I typically like Indian food. As far as food that I usually eat, but I don't usually see at the Taste. I like Indian food, but you don't really see a lot of Indian food at the Taste, so that's probably one that I could say.
I really like Thai food. I haven't had Thai food here yet. I would say that's probably the biggest one.
And I do like soul food, and you don't really have too many soul food restaurants at the Taste.
I think we got everybody here.
Everybody. That's the beautiful thing about the Taste. It brings everybody, people that might never go to like a different neighborhood to go eat, maybe because they're scared of the neighborhood or that's not where they're from. But when those restaurants come to the Taste, they have no reason to not to eat the food.
I would say that there's a big cultural difference here. There's a lot of different types of people here, so.
The event itself doesn't really bring together community. Community has to be willing to come together, but the events create a space for communities to come together.
Yeah, I think that like situations like this where you have like big gatherings and stuff where they bring a lot of different types of cultures of food together, I think it really brings everybody together to try different stuff.
Shout out to Free Spirit Media. You guys are awesome.
Reporting from FSM News, I am Rochelle Borden.
So Brittany, since I've never been to the Taste before, is there any tips that you could give me while I'm here?
Well, there isn't any I can think of off the top of my head, but here's FSM crew doing do's and don'ts on the Taste of Chicago.
The Taste of Chicago is an event that is attended by roughly 1.4 million people. They all meet in one area under the hot sun to try Chicago's best food. Here are some do's and don'ts when attending the Taste. 1. Don't be disrespectful when you find the food unpleasing. 2. Do stay hydrated. You wouldn't want to faint because of dehydration.
'Somebody got some water?
3. Don't wear a lot of clothing. It gets pretty hot outside. 'These have been your Taste do's and don'ts. Follow them if you want to have a good time and enjoy yourself at the Taste of Chicago.
Yasmin, I hope that helped.
Yeah, it did. But now I want to know what food you've been here the longest.
Now that I think about it, that's a very good question. Here's Desiree Williams with more on the story.
Did you know that Eli's Cheesecake was one of the first restaurants at the Taste that is still open today? Eli's Cheesecake is a cheesecake company located on 6701 West Forest Preserve Drive. Eli's original plain cheesecake, which has been called Chicago's most famous dessert, is made of cream cheese, sour cream, eggs, sugar, and vanilla in a buttered shortbread cookie crust. Eli's Cheesecake made its first debut at the first Taste of Chicago in 1980 on the Magnificent Mile. People proclaim this is to be the best cheesecake in the city and is a great choice for its cheap price.
Well, we sure did learn a lot today about Taste of Chicago and how it brings people together.
Yeah, we sure did, Yasmin. Well, that's our show for today. Viewers can check us out on channels 19 and 27. They can also find us on ABC7, Chicago's website, in the community section.
We can also be found on Facebook. Just search FSM News, as well as Instagram and Twitter.
In 3, 2, 1, that's a wrap. Today, FSM News is reporting from the Taste of Chicago. Today, FSM News is I messed up. This sun is hurting my eyes.
Well, we sure did learn today. A lot today about the Taste of Chicago. All right.
In 3, 2, wait. I keep saying too. You know I'm not connected. Oh, you should have that on.
The river by the ocean.
My name is Perry Reed, and I'm a hot dog man.
Studies show that people aren't the ones. Okay, come on. Come on. Reported from FSM News, I'm Kylie.
How was that? Like this? You gotta catch me!
Free Spirit Media cultivates diverse youth voices to transform media and society.
Television has a positive and negative impact on children's lives.
Too much television could be bad for some kids if they are not utilizing educational programs.
So much technology has increased where you don't have that much supervision over what these shows bring, what they're educating, and possibly what's the long term.
I think parents should let kids watch TV because if how would they get rewarded for doing their homework?
Parents should have locks on channels for children because they can watch stuff that's too mature for them.
Kids shouldn't be watching just anything because it could be too inappropriate for them.
Some parents should have more parental locks on some television programs because there is a lot of nudity.
Television can have a positive impact on children through educational programs, and it can also have a negative impact on children through the violence.
Television affects kids because they learn about different cultures and different things.
Bad Girls Club, no, but like PBS Kids, you can learn from that stuff.
Sometimes it goes positive and sometimes it's not because sometimes all they want to do is watch TV and other times it keeps kids out of trouble if they just at home watching TV.
I really love Empire, but a lot of the things that they actually progress in far as sexuality, drugs, only narrowing down one artistic goal of individual minds. Those are some shows that I know for a fact that I don't like.
Even though television can be negative, some children do not copy what they see on TV, which means what happens on television stays on television.
Some kids might not know what to repeat, some kids might be. It depends on like the age difference.
They're seeing it as it's approved. So if I'm watching it, I'm imitating exactly what the television is doing. So I only imitate what I do, what I see, and what I hear.
I think children would put the remote down and read a book for their well-being.
Reporting for FSM News, I'm Reese Johnson.